Hello everyone and welcome to another episode with me, Deo-Lindie. Today we're going to be doing something for Valentine's Day. I'm super excited. It's something completely simple, and the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to make royal icing, and then I'm going to tell you what we're doing next. All you're going to need for this is 2 egg whites, not the yellows, and 500 grams of icing sugar. So you're just going to whip your 2 egg whites until they're a bit frothy, and then you're going to start adding your icing sugar 1 tablespoon at a time. Once you add a little bit of it, like about 2 or 3 tablespoons of the icing sugar, you're just going to whip it up until it's all mixed, and then you just add the rest and you whip it up until it's mixed. And once it's all in there, you're just going to whip it until you see it's like very white. You'll know your icing is ready when you take a knife and you just make a line through it. And if the line stays, your icing is ready. But if the line folds in, then you just need to add some more icing sugar to your royal icing mixture. Always remember to keep your icing covered with plastic, or else it will get dry and hard. Also, when you're putting it into a piping bag, just make sure that you also keep it wet, the tip wet, so that it doesn't get dry and hard in your nozzle. The colors you can use for your royal icing is either the gel color or the powder color. For the red, I'm using a gel color and powder color just so that it can develop a bit more. You'll notice that it looks pretty light, but once you wrap it with plastic and you leave it to stand for about 5 minutes, it will develop and brighten up a bit more, because red is the worst color to get. Then I'm using a light pink for the pink icing, and the last color will just be white. Okay, so once you have all 3 of your colors that you want to use for Valentine's Day, I'm using white, pink and red. And also what I'm doing different today is that I'm not baking. I'm trying to make life easier for you, so I'm going to show you how you can take store-bought cookies and make them your own using your royal icing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use small piping bags. We are just going to cut the bottom of it. Using a thin nozzle, I'm using a number 3 and a number 1 nozzle. So we're just going to prepare our piping bags. And if you don't have a nozzle, you can just use a piping bag or even a plastic packet or a sandwich bag and just cut the corner like really small, like cut a very small tip off the corner of one of those bags. And if you don't have a nozzle, you can just cut a very small piece off, just so that the icing just comes through. So I'll first show you how to use the one without the tip. Your smaller nozzles or the thinner piping bag that you're going to cut, you're going to use thicker icing. So as your icing is now, you're going to use it, and that's going to be used to outline your cookie. It's going to create a wall around your cookie. You want to flood your cookie, the inside of your cookie. So the thicker one will be for your wall. So that's going to make a line like that. And the bigger nozzle, you're going to make your icing a bit thinner with some water. So just take a teaspoon of water and just mix it in there. And how you know this is ready is, if it's thin enough, is if you make a line through it and it all just falls together. So if you make a line and the line closes, then it's right. So I'm just going to add a little bit more water. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Takes 4 seconds to close. 3 to 4 seconds for the line to disappear. Then it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it needs a little bit more water. One, 2, 3, and the line disappears. So that's good consistency. Now we put it in our piping bag. Put the tip of the nozzle just in the wet cloth, and that way it keeps your icing wet and doesn't dry up in the nozzle. Okay, so we're going to take one of the cookies. Let's just clean here. We're going to take a hard cookie and we're going to use the thicker one just to do an outline. Am I in shot there? Okay, and then you take your thinner icing, oopsie, and you put it on the inside. You're just going to take your scribing tool, or you can use a toothpick just to fill in the outline. You can neaten it. You can wait for your outline to dry first and then do your flooding, but I figured I would just do it all in one go. Okay, so a simple way to decorate this one, I'm just going to use some, hearts, just for a simple decoration, and this will stick in the icing. And that's our simple one. Because the reason you're doing this is so that it doesn't overflow off the cookie. Okay, so we're just doing that. And then we're going to take the flooding icing. And we're just going to flood the inside of this. Okay. And it's going to mess everywhere. And we're just going to cover that border. And we just fix any holes. And now we can take another color that's also a flooding one, and we just make dots. And it will make it a two-tone cookie. And we're just going to shake this out a bit, just so that it all goes in. And that's how you can make it look like one. And then you can take another color and you can just pipe a border around the sides. And this is the thicker royal icing. And once you've piped all the way around, you can just add some glitter to finish off your cookie. we're going to take your pink and we're going to make a line across. Another line. And you can take the red one. And then you take your tool and you can just draw a line down. Another line down. And then we take it up. Oopsie. This is why you must wait for your outline to dry first, so that it doesn't spill. So that's a tip. Always, you can wait for your outline to dry and nothing will spill. Or you can just take this part off neatly. And add it into your pattern. And then you just pipe it around the edges. Same like the previous one. Okay, the next one we are going to do okay, we're going to do the outline of the heart. And we're going to flood. And let that settle in. Okay, and then we're going to take red, the flooding red, and we're just going to make a dot. Different places. Okay, then we're going to take a toothpick or scribing tool and we're just going to draw a line through it. Wipe it off. Do a line through and it turns it into a heart. And then the same with this one, you can just pipe a border around the cookie. So we're going to make this one white. So we're just going to get a border. And then we're going to take the red and we're going to do like an oval shape. So just do 2 dots next to each other. Okay, now this is going to turn into a mouth, hopefully. So we're just going to take the sides out, wipe off, out, and we bring this down. Take it out, out, and down. Okay, so I've also found these little finger biscuits. So what you can do with a finger biscuit, if you don't want to pipe, or even with the normal biscuits, if you don't want to pipe, you can just dip them in the color that you want to use. So just dip it in the color, shake off the excess. Put it on baking paper. And then you can take one of the other colors and you can just make little bulges or lines on there using a teaspoon. And then you just let it dry on this paper. Just move it over. Let it dry on this paper, and you can just serve it like that. And then also, if you want to try with other cookies, like if you don't want to pipe the cookie, you don't have to. You can dip it in, you're going to get your fingers dirty. So you can dip it in the soft color. Dip off, just shake off the excess. Let that settle on your cookie. Just tap it. And let that dry on your cookie. And then let's do some other ones as well. You can dip it in halfway. The round biscuit. Shake off the excess again. And let that dry. And then I'll show you different ways that you can just pipe something on there or do something on it. Dip this in the reed. So let's do love. And you can just do a XOXO. Like I said, you can lift your nozzle up to get a straight line. So just get it at the edge and then the edge. And while squeezing, just lift it and you can put it into place. Lift, put it into place. So we're just gonna write, kiss me. And also just a heart. So for a heart, you can do a dot and a line, and a dot and a line. It makes a heart. Dot, line, dot, line. So you can throw anything on your cookies, anything that you want. And then let's try it out with one of these. And we're just gonna do a little pattern on this whole cookie. Just a pattern. You can add little dots. You can decorate the cookie however you like. And if you want to neaten up this one, you can just give it a bit of a border. These are the ones that we dipped. And because you've put in all this effort to create something that you've probably never done before, your loved ones would appreciate it that much more. Once you are happy with all your cookies and they are to your satisfaction, we're going to put them in a little box. This is a 1 cupcake box. So you can just put a few of them in here. You can put some glitter over the top of them and you can wrap it with a red bow and you can give that as a gift for Valentine's Day. I am by no means professional in any way, but I'm just trying to make life easier for you for Valentine's Day by creating these easy treats. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and give it a like if you took anything from it.